Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are once again here with some more Disney Infinity, the Chamber of Secrets, and we are under construction. All right, hope everybody's having a great day. Let's get things started where we left off in our last stream, which wasn't technically under construction. It was kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different things, and I wasn't sure I was going to be doing this one, to be honest with you, again. The first attempt at this came out well. I was happy with it, and then I accidentally deleted it by overwriting it with a different save, not paying attention. So, this one's much larger than the first one, in part because of our boss battle that last time became a problem. I didn't leave enough room and had to move a bunch of stuff around, so happily that is not going to be the challenge this time around. And let's just check on our boss battle here a little bit. Everything's working still. Good. No reason it shouldn't be working, but yeah, it's infinity logic sometimes, you know what I'm saying. So speaking of logic, we're going to move it over here a little bit. So it's kind of out of the way because we're going to be putting some more path creators down here in the very near future. And then we're going to figure out the upper portion of this. Okay, how we want to do this? I'm going to put a separate path creator down for the energy bursts that are going to be coming out to get us. And with that one, we're going to take advantage of the branching feature. This way it's random and you don't know when or where. So for this, we'll go here. And pretty much straight on down. Like that. Now, we'll start doing some randomizing here. So if we go to left 1, that creates a branch. And we'll take that, I guess over to here. How's that sound? And on this one, whoopsie, that's not what I want to do at all. And here we'll just bring it over this way. Over here we'll go over here. So essentially, this energy burst that comes out to get you can end up going in any direction. Now I only need 1. The last time around I had like 4. And this one. Go there. And then... Okay, that's the end of the path. You can't do that one. That's fair enough. Alright, so there is going to be the scenario. So now let's just see what this looks like overall. We'll drop a wood block on there just for a visual. And then we can watch how that works out. Is there anything smaller? Yeah, that's alright. New path connection. So far he's going straight down, hasn't changed direction at all. Ah, there it is at the end. This time he took this one, and again these are all random. That's exactly what we're going to want this thing to do. We're not going to want to know where it's coming from. So far we haven't seen a lot of action going towards the left, and it hasn't made it straight to the end of the path yet. Yeah, I was figuring that was probably coming up next. Alright. So now the other thing is I'm going to want to speed this up a little bit. So let's get in here. And let's up this to, I want to say 200 and see what that feels like. Yeah, it's a little better. It's still a tad bit slow to be honest, but yeah, that might be alright. Keep that straighter. Okay. So that's working. Let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to turn it off for the moment. Chronome, what's up? And I need a button. Oops, wrong way. How you doing, buddy? All right, let's go here. New logic connection. When this is on, that is on. When this is off, that is off. This is only for the build part. Once everything's up and running properly, then we will not need that anymore. So, on, off. Okay, so now we're going to need our... might as well go this way. We're going to need a dynamic trigger. Boom. And a locator. Those two items are going to work together. That is cool, man. Yeah, working on toy boxes while watching somebody else work on a toy box. I'm not going to say I've never done that. A lot of times what I do is I'll watch if there's certain logic that somebody used, let's say, once upon a time. Back in the early days, I was always watching Cryptic Fox. I just love that guy. And there were so many times where I would literally watch his video and just pause it and then, you know, either use the same logic in my build, or if I was replicating his build, I would just... So yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man. It's kind of cool to do that. Locator connector. And we're going to connect it to the trigger. All right, we're going to go into our dynamic trigger. It's not going to be the toy. It's going to be the locator. Bam. And the distance, we have it set right now at 10, which is a pretty good distance, actually. It's awfully aggressive, to be honest with you. Even 5 can be a little aggressive for as much movement as going to be taking place, and you're going to be shooting and fighting enemies and stuff. So I'm going to go 5 to make it somewhat fair. I think 10's a little over the top. So we're going to go with 5. Okay, there is one other toy we need to put down here that I totally forgot about, and that is the effect generator. Yeah, you were another fan? Yep. I don't know why he got away from it. I mean, I get the servers are down and all that kind of stuff, but I think if he'd find out that if he was to go back just to do one for old time's sake, I think he'd get some really good reviews and ratings for it. All right, where are we at here? Effects generator, yes. That also needs to be connected to the locator. And the locator gets connected to the path. Pow. We're going to need a kill switch. Okay, if it is entered by player any, defeat. It's already connected to the path. All right, didn't realize I did that. We're gonna definitely move this guy out of the way before we start testing things out, because just touching that will do the same thing, won't it? Dude, it's so funny you mentioned that. That was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first time I saw one of his videos when he was working on Time's Castle with that big swooping arm and all that, and I replicated it. My entire toy box is not quite the same as his, although I did borrow a lot of ideas from his. But yeah, and it's still to this day one of my favorite builds. I'll go back and play that anytime. But that was the one that hooked me on him, so funny coincidence. Okay, so that'll go live, and we will see what happens there. So let's go ahead and test this out, shall we? Old Cryptic Fox. I still can't believe he doesn't just once in a while do a build. Oops, let's try again. Did I do... Oh, I know what I forgot. How am I going to do this now? New logic connection. When it is on, play looped. And what do we want? Electric effects. Radial energy impact. That's pretty much what I used last time. Let me see if there's something better. Light beams. I don't think that's gonna... No. Impacts. Energy impact. Medium spark. Definitely don't want concrete or dirt. Gooey splatter. We'll go with that just for fun, see what it looks like. That's pretty good. So if we were to come in from this area here, and our bad guy's coming down there, and we got to fight him. At the same time, you got to worry about these little energy balls. Let's see what happens. Oh, it didn't get me. There it goes. Alright, so the 5 may not be enough. I might have to go 10 after all. Properties. We're going to jump that to 10. Let's go 8. Meet in the middle. I do like the energy ball. Boom. Okay. This works. Told you this build was going to be better the second time around. Logic connection when it's off. Stop. Good. New logic connection when it's off. Turn that off as well. And that works as well. Okay, we're good. So realistically, our boss fight is really ready to go. We'll have some decorating and stuff to do down here eventually, but in the meantime, the key issues are addressed. So what I'm going to do is work on our entrance to this segment of the map. And again, this is a much bigger second time around than the first one was, so... Yeah, deadlines can definitely squeeze you a little bit. I recommend against deadlines completely as much as possible. Even when we just did this recent challenge with the 4 creators getting together, we kind of had everything very loose. At first we were going to do it by Halloween, I think we talked about. And then our schedules weren't all clicking where everybody could get it done in that time. And we were just like, okay, well, whenever we can get it done. And then we came up with finally November 7th, so... Yeah, I feel like if you rush it, it's worse. And I already tend to do that to myself anyway, just because I want to get to the finished product. I've always had that thing about me that I like to finish things as quickly as possible. And sometimes when you rush it, well, you know. Okay, let me see. How am I going to do this? This is going to be the staircase, by the way. That's what I'm working on now. The question is, where do I want the staircase? Do I want it to come down the center? Do I want to come down one of the sides? Last time it came down on this side here. Well, first thing off, let's measure it off. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can automatically get rid of these 2. center. And then we can actually have it come down from both sides in that case. Alright, so let's start putting our texture on. Most of my projects are normally done within 2 or 3 sittings. This one, holy moly. This Harry Potter thing has taken on a life of its own. Every time I saw one of the other movies, I was like, ooh, we can add that, we can add that. I'm not going to do a box for every single movie or even an exaggerated storyline for that matter. But there are definitely aspects that I saw little pieces of that we could add that. The only thing I haven't added yet, and I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to, is I thought the Goblet of Fire would be a pretty easy thing to add. So that might end up in here somehow. I haven't quite figured that part. All right, so we're going to set the theme. How does this look? Yeah, it's got that dark. Cool. All right, so again, I'm going to have to figure a few more things out, though, before we can jump. Let me get up here real quick. And where's our castle? Did I miss it? I hate hard corners, especially in a castle. I just makes it feel better as soon as you start putting some of those rounded edges in there. Plus, it kind of ties these two different textures together a little bit, I think. However, on this side, we're going to have to make some determinations. First off, are we going to go with this as our stairwell? Which doesn't exactly line up. And if we do, then that means we have to raise this higher. Which is definitely doable. It's not that we can't. This real quick before we get to one of those moments of like, oops, doesn't line up. So let's put some idea of where the floor / ceiling is going to be. Oofa. Papa H in the house. How you doing, man? Alright, so we'll get rid of those two for sure. And I'm kind of spitballing this one as we go right now. Trying to see what might be able to come away with. Okay, so we can do something like that. And then we'll want to fill all this in. I say I know that's not going to fit. But we can use those rounded corners again, so I'm not worrying about it yet. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Eunice! Unfortunately, I can't watch right now. Bye. See y'all later, man. Thanks for all popping by. Anyone fancy lethal astromech droids? Yes, this is the rebuild of the one I stupidly deleted. Let me see how this is. Need something there. Gotta get rid of the candle. Ooh. We could put like a coat of armor up there or something like that. Or one of those candle operas. There's some potential in this. I'm not entirely thrilled yet, but it's got some start. Alright, let's get rid of this thing. Move you over here somewhere out of the way. It really comes down to whether I use these steps as the main entrance or not. If I were to go with the regular ones, that would change the entire height issue, and I think these would all measure up more neatly. But before I get to there, let me see how the wood blocks cooperate. Oh, that's all right, man. Like I said, it'll come out better this way anyhow. I just wasn't paying attention, and I think I saved over it with the wrong name in mind, and it's like, is that the one you want to save? And I said yes, and didn't even realize it for days until I needed this box back, and then all of a sudden, it was gone. So, it definitely happens. Oh well. Is that good? Yes. And down here, take these little ones. Okay, let's see how that's working right now. Need two more little ones down there. This actually feels pretty cool. And then this will get closed off. And this will be the upper level section here once we're done. Now the $1,000,000 question is, can I replicate that on the opposite side equally? I don't know, but we're going to try. All right, so we got 2 wide. We got 2 wide already there. Good. Only 1 high. So we're going to remove those 2. And instead we're going to place got that there. And the next stairwell goes there. We'll hold off on that lower part for a moment. This goes up. And that goes there. And then it's kind of fill in the blanks, right? Drag that one out of there as well. Line that up there. Really don't need those lower ones done. You'll never see it. Is that 2? Well, technically it's 2, yes. Okay. Sweet heat, baby! This stream is brought to you by the folks at Bush Beans and Sweet Heat. Oh, you'll smell what's cooking, no doubt about that. I've never had a corrupted file situation. I've had me do something stupid situations. Yeah, I mean, this is already feeling better than the first one. And I still have no idea what I'm doing on the upper floor because this is like twice as big as the last one as well. Because if you remember, we had all kinds of issues with the boss. And those issues are now rectified. I do like the glowing rock effect, though. But only for the lower half. The upper half has got to be something different. Now my question is, do I want to leave this open rail here? Or do I want to wall this up higher? One way to find out. Let's get... how does this work? If we come down here, because that is as high as I can go, right? Because I'm going to have the floorboards here, so yeah, it's as high as we're going. Oh no, actually we can go... We can build up. Wall-wise, anyway. But I definitely like that effect better, so we'll go with that. I'm We'll check out your channel later, Chromo. Always like to see what other people are building. Let me get up here. I knew it. Why is this... After measuring everything off like that, and it still doesn't quite fit. This was even, right? Or was it? Hold on. Maybe it's my bad then. Hold on. This is measured just past the stairs, right? Yeah, okay. That could be the problem. Then over here. It's wild that the game would crash before fully loading. Have you tried copying the file and like making a backup copy of it? How do I want to phrase this? Duplicate, that's the word I'm looking for. Duplicating the toy box and loading into the one that you duplicate to see if that makes a difference. Okay. That's the top. There'll be a wall there of some sort. I feel like I gotta fill this in. Somebody gonna fall down and get hurt. Yeah, it definitely feels better that way. And then we got the same thing on this side. So this will give us two different entry points to choose from. And who knows, maybe going through one will give you different enemies than the other or something like that. I don't know. I'll have some thinking to do there. And then, of course, we have to close this up a bit. So let's see. I feel like this is probably... this might work. Let me just see. If we put it flush against the wall. Yeah, that should be okay. And we can take the nice little rounded corners that I'm so fond of. And give it a little better architecture. So this would be the floor up here. Then we come across, and there'll be an archway of some sort to let us in here. Speaking of archways, I'm wondering if, because of the way that sits, I don't think this is going to work out neatly. Let me see how bad. Yeah. Alternatives. Let's assume I get rid of this one. Well, that actually fits better than I thought it would. Hold on. Go back. Even it up with a staircase. Like so. And then back here we could put a few different ways we could challenge this one out, but get rid of this first one. Yeah, cool. I didn't think it was going to be that cooperative, but happily I was wrong. You're having issues with internet and all kinds of glitching stuff in your world, isn't it? I have to use some of my data now. Spoken like a true... Well, you're probably not a millennial. My guess is you're... I don't even... What's after millennials? I haven't even... Probably won't be much left after millennials. I've given up on my social media stuff. Facebook, I'm done. There is... Whoa, what happened here? What did happen here? Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. How I got out of that, I will never know. Let's walk this up again. that's better. Making sure I can't get stuck like I just did a second ago. That was just a weird replacement. Okay. Now again, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Definitely gonna have to remove at least that one for the moment. Oopsie. Yeah, it's not nice at all. In order to center it, I would have to use a... But why doesn't that line up better is what I can't figure out after all that measuring. Oh, we can't even, I don't think. This won't work with a creator. Yeah, this doesn't do paths, the arch block, because it's actually a door pathway that you can link. So because it already has logic built in, it won't let you place it on a creator. Ew. Dadgummit. So that means we have to come up with something else. Question is what? Not sure I'm going to keep that there or not, but for the moment it looks okay, so we'll put it there. Alright, back to this issue. Not exactly centered. Oh, it is actually. I'll take that back. It is centered with a stair. Case. Yeah. Nah. Shouldn't it? Okay. There's a B plan coming in here. I just haven't figured it out yet. For a million sparks. Who knows where Shiznit came from? Or wait a minute. Was it Shiznit or Shazbot? I think it was Shazbot. Might have been both. Alright, let's get back to seeing about the archway. Where's the archway? Oh, mercy, it's like not even close. So let me see. If we were to pull that out a little bit. See if this is going to make a world of difference or not. So that now lines up perfectly. And it may even fix the problem on the other side here. This is still going to probably be too wide. Let me see. Oh, no, it's not. So we might have just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't recommend people killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Unless you're like starving and you have to eat a bird. In which case, by all means. And we are coming up on Thanksgiving after all, and I'm pretty sure birds will be killed. It's just the way it works. See, that's gonna stink right there. And might have to force that one there. Let's go ahead and just do that right now since we're here already. Just come up here, go to our properties, and it's off. It's just going to be an anchor. That's the only thing that is going to do, so. And we'll go ahead and grab that floor. New path connection. And there goes that. So that's all neatened up. What? Yeah, I say what often. Usually when I try to get it all to work, it's like, what? All right, I'm liking it now. Oh, do I want to do it? Oh, well, this one doesn't need a... Where you at? Where was it? Up here? Yeah. Boom. 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 And I think I'll put it across the top 3. After that steps themselves can be different. There we go. And then that'll change there. Now AI, if I'm not mistaken, will not climb these steps. It'll only climb, it might jump over them, but it won't walk them. As opposed to these steps here. These it will. And not entirely sure why that is. I just know from past builds it does that. Okay, going back up this way. Over here. And that's probably going to be the only one, too. I suppose we could put one here. Oh, that's massive. Never mind. Just to keep it all somewhat uniform. This side already is. The grand staircase into doom. So I'm pretty sure that depending on which one of these you walk through, it's going to set off different enemies. I'm thinking that there should be a reason to go through one or the other. But we'll see. I'm still kind of going as I go. And a lot of this back wall here will be all covered up as well. How am I doing on my memory? I haven't even looked at it. Oh yeah, we're fine. I didn't think it would be bad. To be honest with you, we haven't put a whole lot down. I don't envision this one having any issues with maxing out memory. I've placed a couple of things here just to be using later on. So we're going to have these potions scattered throughout that you'll need to collect. And that'll work hand in hand with the Cloak of Invisibility, so you can kind of get to them without having to worry about dealing with too many enemies. And by collecting this, it'll lead you to the chamber. This is something I was just messing with off stream right after I ended the stream just to check, because with the wall panels up, when I do my little archway, which connects like a semicircle, I said, well, it's going to hit into there. And it's been a while, so I knew I could always use it with a replayer, but happily, the wood blocks are the easiest and friendliest things to avoid collisions with. So just by using a trigger area like that, you can make it collide. Like that thing right there is wedged in there. Well, we'll take it out. And now it won't let me put it there anymore. But if I come over here, no problem. So I'll end up using that trigger area, and I'll just spread it down the length of the walkway as we begin. Speaking of, let's start by lifting this dude up. So I think one of the next things will be to start decorating the lower section. I really want the lower section done before I start even messing with the upper. And that'll include these kind of dudes here, which I think now probably better off on this wall. How many? We got 3 on each. And I think this is going to be a better location for them. So again, they won't go directly on the wall. So we will move them over just off the wall for a moment. Like that. This one's got to be... No, this one is good. Well, technically it is, but now it's better. Okay, and then we will remove. see, how far is this one? It's kind of centered. Like that. Okay. Okay. So there we have our candles. Could have brought them a little lower, I suppose, but I think that works. Okay, speaking of candles, out here we should have several others. Let me see. I thought I had the taller ones. Did I not? I guess those are the taller ones. They can bring those down here. So we have those two there. It's funny how you start adding stuff like this and all of a sudden things just start coming to life all on their own. These are upstairs more. Those will be upstairs. See those upstairs. Alright, this we can probably find place for. Doubt I'm going to use all of those. So, oh yeah, now we have a space here. Let's get rid of that. Place it down there. I'm starting to think that I might have to make some adjustments though, because this is going to be too tall. We'll figure that one out in a second. Right now it's about the floor plan. I'm starting to get in my head a little bit better. Because if this is ground level here, for example, then we got to figure out how we're getting to our staircase back here. So what I am starting to think now These are really just kind of placeholders right now while I figure this out. This here will be another staircase of sorts. Or we could put an elevator, I suppose. It's not very castle-like, though. Let me see. So you want... to either come out... Well, this may play a better role right now than I was originally thinking. Let me drop it down a little bit, though. So it's measured up with the floor level. If we go like that. Then you'd go through here, would wall this part off here. Thank you, Chrono. Appreciate it. Let's figure this out first. Let's see. Let me see. So if we were to come in here, there would be a floor continuing, of course. Let's come over to here. Let me see. So again, if we were to come down this way and through here, I do love those little nooks there. Then we would need this to take us straight across without seeing all of this other stuff in here. So we'd have to block that out. And the same this way. getting to that part where it gets extra tricky. That measures off this way well. Almost. I did say almost. Let's see. Kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario looking like. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Those will lay down. So it's just this one spot right now. It's being a pain, which, yeah, if that's the worst case scenario, we can certainly do something about that. Alright, let's get back to this real quick. So we'd be up here, coming from either end. Those are going to be dead ends. That is a dead end. This comes across here. We need to close this off. And we need to close this off. So essentially, let's see. How hard is that going to be? Let me just start with this real quick. Looks good. Oh, we still got this one here. Okay, we can do another creator. Path creator there. Just kind of block it that way. Minor blur, and most of it will be actually in this wall, so you won't even see that. Yeah. I'm thinking right there. Nope. It's got to come forward more. So this one's serving no purpose. Okay, so as we come through here, we need... I can just put 1 3 by 1. Or 1 by 3. Right there, and that should nicely block that out. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Grab that while we're here. If I overwrite this one, I'm done. Let's figure out where exactly I need this placed. And turn it off. All leveled up nice and neat. Okay, so again, we come through here, turn the corner, and it's solid, so there's no slipping through, even seeing through. That leads us neatly to the staircase. There's no issues with that. And voila, we're down. Voila, we are down. Okay. Then we could put some sort of decorations up there, I suppose. Why don't we do that real quick? Some larger items like these dudes. Bam. And where'd the other one go? There you go. Yes. Nope. Here you go. We have 4 of them. There. It's kind of strange that they're not. Why would this be a different height? That doesn't make any sense at all. No, they're not. Okay. Seemed like it was. Probably put one here, maybe. Nope. Not unless you want to get rid of that wall. Again, I just really like the architecture with the rounded edges like that. Almost don't even see the gargoyle going down there, but it's there. Probably put a couple more of those. Oops, where'd you go? Let's go with this. You can't remove what? I just saw some headless town people. What is going on in your world, dude? I need some pictures, man. You need to do screenshots of that and post it up in the community. I can't remove them. I mean, you've tried getting them with a wand, like being the character, not using the spark mode or anything, and you still can't grab them and delete them? Man, you're taking the heads off of the townspeople. Like, that's kind of rude. Oh, I love that look. Yeah, that little glowing, fiery, smoky schmutz. You also have it there across the way. I'm going to put some of those braziers in here as well. So I'm really liking this part here. I'm feeling like we're good there. So far as decorations for the lower part down here, that might need a little more attention. And then we're going to have to probably do a little more with the ceiling here so you don't see those gaps right there. Even though once it's closed up, you wouldn't really see through it a whole lot because the lighting will be darker. I still just, for me, I'm not going to be happy with that. Let's see. I think we can go with... Oh, wrong direction. Wood blocks. And I think if we go with... That's a big one. Do we have small? Small. Oh yeah, that's not going to happen. We need flat top. Is there a flat top to that? This one is. And it doesn't quite reach across. I think that's part of my problem was that I centered the staircase literally. And that's kind of dividing things into thirds instead of halves. But I really wanted it to be centered. Dadgummit. And just like that, you can't see through it anymore. Plus, I like that little archway. This one I'm not so sure I like. Yeah, I'm going to take that one out. All right. Good stuff. I could totally repurpose this later on and do like an Indiana Jones type thing with this. And make just some tweaks and stuff. Jackson Brown! Dude, were you ever a musician, man? I feel like there was a Jackson Brown band back in the day. And if there's not there, we need to start one. A tutorial on how to make headless people. Well, the tutorial's real simple. You have to go over to Chronome's house, because apparently that's where all the glitching in the world takes place. Although in saying that, you might walk out without a head, so maybe that's not such a good idea. Just messing with you, Chronome. All right, everybody. As always, this has been fun. Always enjoy the opportunity to get together with you guys and do some Disney Infinity stuff, right? Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're not a subscriber already, take a moment to click the subscribe button right there below the pointing finger. It'll only take you a second, and then you'll be alert every time I start to do one of these live streams, which is going to be a little less often once I start this job next week. So, getting my groove on right now while I can, but it's all good things, right? Well, in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I might be on later today. Wouldn't be at all surprised. And in the meantime, I got a few other things I have to take care of, so I'm going to do that. I want you guys to stay safe, and remember, Disney Infinity is the only game where the only limitation is your imagination. We'll be back here on All Night Gaming, otherwise known as ANG, when we are once again playing Disney Infinity, and we are again under construction. See you real soon.